Hello class, open your books at page 36. Have a look at the express yourself charts. To express different points of view, you have different phrases for asking for opinions, for giving opinions, for other points of view, for agreeing and disagreeing, okay? So let's listen to all of them to practice the correct pronunciation.
Page 36. Express yourself. Asking for opinions.
How do you feel about? What's your opinion of? What's your opinion about? What would you say if?
Giving opinions.
I find, as I see it, I'm convinced that,
Other points of view.
Yes, but don't forget, that may be true, but I accept that, but I see what you mean, but
Agreeing and disagreeing. You're absolutely right. Me too. Me neither. You've got a point there. It depends on...
Okay, so now we can go to the first exercise, for and against. Have a look at this exercise. You're going to hear some friends talking about graffiti before you listen discuss these questions. So this we are going to talk in class, but have a look at the questions so that you can share your answers with the class, okay? Then in exercise 2, we have to listen to the first parts of the conversation and answer the questions that you have here. So let's listen.
Page 36. Exercise 2.
Hey, Alex.
Oh, hi, Laura. Hi, Nick. Hiya.
What are you reading, Alex?
Oh, it's an article about Banksy.
Banksy? Is he that graffiti guy?
Yeah, that's right.
That isn't his real name, is it?
No, it's just his nickname. Nobody knows his real name.
Really?
Yeah, he's a mystery. I mean, some things are known about him, like he was born in 1974 and he was brought up in Bristol. But that's about it, really.
So what's the article about then?
It's all about his artwork.
Artwork?
Yeah. Why'd you say it like that?
That's crazy. His work is just vandalism. I mean, vandalism's a criminal activity.
Oh, come on. Banksy's an artist. Some of his work sells for hundreds of thousands of pounds.
Okay, now that we listened to the first parts, let's go to exercise 3 and let's listen to the second part of the conversation and decide if these sentences are true or false, but you will have to correct the false sentences, okay? So let's listen.
Page 36. Exercise 3.
Hundreds of thousands? Wow!
I don't care how much gullible people pay for his work. In my opinion, it isn't art. And in any case, those prices don't justify the graffiti that's sprayed all over our cities.
I prefer to call it street art.
It seems to me that it's simply vandalism, pure and simple.
I don't agree. I'm convinced that these people are artists, and just like any artist, they're expressing their thoughts and feelings. The only difference is they're putting their work on walls and bridges and public places. It isn't stuck inside a boring old museum.
What do you think about it, Nick?
I don't know, really. It depends.
What does it depend on?
Well, I agree with Alex that some graffiti can be attractive. There are a lot of horrible buildings that people have painted really cool pictures on.
There, I told you.
But Laura's got a point too.
Ha!
I mean, it can be antisocial, and a lot of it's ugly.
You can't tell me that every building and wall is beautiful.
That may be true, but they can make places look dirty and unsafe.
I think that street art brings some colour to the city, some excitement, some style.
But it all looks the same.
That's not true. I mean, I accept that some graffiti is just rubbish, but there's rubbish in art galleries too. Real street artists produce really complicated work. It takes loads of planning and imagination.
I'm not sure about that. But there's another thing. Most graffiti isn't made to be beautiful or interesting. Gangs produce it to mark their territory.
That's true.
And don't forget, it costs a fortune to take it off buildings. Local governments spend thousands of pounds, and that means everybody has to pay for it. That money comes out of our taxes.
You don't pay taxes. You're not old enough.
No, but my parents do. And one day I will too. Anyway, how would you feel if somebody sprayed graffiti all over your house? These so-called artists should spray their own houses and not other people's property.
Well, OK. Maybe there should be agreed places in cities where street artists can work.
Yeah, I agree with that. Nick?
Me too.
Great. So, should we go and get a milkshake? All this talk has made me thirsty.
Laura, that's a great idea.
Okay. Now, exercise 4, we're going to work in class. You are going to discuss these questions in groups. So read them and start thinking about these questions to share in your groups in class. Then in exercise 5, we have an exercise about vocabulary, and you have multi-part verbs, and we are going to listen and check. So first do the exercise and then try to do it and check.
Page 36, Exercise 5. One,
What does it depend on?
2,
He was brought up in Bristol.
3,
Oh, come on. Banks is definitely an artist.
4. And don't forget, it costs a fortune to take it off. 5,
That money comes out of our taxes.
Okay. Then in exercise 6, think if you can add any other expressions to the groups that you have here in this list in the express yourself sentences and expressions, okay? And in exercise 7, you're going to read these sentences, you're going to make notes on the arguments for and against each opinion, okay? Because we are going to share this in class. So think about this topic. Talking on phone should be banned on public transport. You're going to think about arguments for and arguments against this topic, okay? And that we are going to share in class. You're going to work in groups, and you're going to defend each opinion that you have in exercise 7, okay? That's all you have to do at page 36. Let's go now to page 37. Have a look at this page, page 37, exercise 1. Here we have a writing exercise that you are going to write an essay, okay? Here you are going to learn how to write an essay. But before you start writing, we are going to, in class, we are going to discuss these questions that you have here in exercise 1 and start thinking about the answers to these questions. Then you're going to read the discussion essay and you're going to answer these questions that you have in exercise 2. This is an example of an essay okay? And have a look at this discussion essay because it's a model for you to write your own essay. Then in exercise 3, what are your views on the internet? We are going to work this in class. Exercise 3, we are going to discuss about your views on the internet. Have a look at the title of the essay. Says the internet, a necessary evil? So you are going to talk about that. In exercise 4, you're going to read the essay again and find the following things. Find these things because they will be really useful for you when you have to write your own essay, okay? And then you will start preparing to write your essay. So you're going to choose one of the essay titles that you have here, or you can use this title, The Internet, a Necessary Evil, or Honesty is Always the Best Policy, or downloading music, films, etc. from the internet is not always wrong. Well, those are the topics. You are going to, when you choose the topic, the title of your essay, you are going to make notes on the pros and the cons of that topic that you have chosen, okay? And then you are ready to write. So now you are going to write. You are going to use the discussion essay from exercise 3 as a model. So take this essay as a model to write your own essay. You're going to use your notes in exercise 6 where you had to write the pros and cons of the topic that you had chosen. And remember to include some expressions for introducing new ideas, okay? That you can help yourselves with the essay that you have here as an example too. Well, the essay must have 4 paragraphs. In the first one, you're going to introduce the topic of your discussion essay. In the second, you're going to write something about one point of view. And in the third, you're going to write something about the other point of view. So in paragraph 2, the pros, and in paragraph 3, the cons of that topic. And then a conclusion in paragraph 4, okay? Then you can you can swap your essays with your classmates to check for correction. And remember to have a look at the words and expressions for introducing idea to use them correctly. Okay, that's all you have to do for this class. And you're going to send this essay on the 31st of July to Google Classroom. Okay, so you have all your winter holidays to prepare your essay. And I'm going to leave in this link, you will have an example and some tips to write essays too. So have a look at them. And if you haven't written your report yet, you will have there also in the same link, you will have an example of a report with tips to help you write a report. And remember to send it to Google Classroom, okay? That was today's class. Hope to see you in our next video conference. Bye-bye.